Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies, and comrades. Karibu sana, wherever you are. This is Kenya Revolutionary. I want to welcome you from Paleuko, whether it's in Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, Antarctica, all the continents. Karibu sana, karibu sana, karibu sana, karibu sana. Please. The first order of business is what? Weka like hapo mara moja. Like the video ndio tuanze, okay? Like. It's morning wherever I am. That's why I'm drinking coffee today. It's a little bit, it's cloudy. It's not cold, but it's cloudy. So, crap. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, crap. All right, give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. My stuff is kind of acting up. How much left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, my page is kind of messing up, so I'm kind of setting things up. So, Pauline. I hate pausing when I'm already, trying to get my stuff together. But Ebu Nianzi, let me start again. Crap, what is going on with this? Mada ya leo ni death penalty, okay? Why death penalty in Kenya is necessary, okay? Why death penalty in Kenya is necessary. I know there are some people who are not into this stuff. They think it's barbaric, it's backward, it's atavistic. But to me, there's a reason why we should have it. It's not something that I would be happy to kill people just for the sake of killing people, but it has to be done at some point. If you look at societies that have really, really advanced, especially economically, take a look at Middle East. Even China is a recent example. We often talk about the Singapore comparison with Kenya, to Kenya, and how they've really, they left us on the dust. We can mention a lot of things, but the underlying issue, the thing that they did that helped them kuendelea economically, that sparked that economic growth, was accountability, holding people who are looting public funds accountable, okay? And what do I mean by that? These people were jailed and some of them were hung to death, had death penalties. In China, if you steal something, if you are an economic you're charged of economic crime. Let's say you bribe somebody or umeiba pesa ya serikali, you'll be shot by a shooting squad, okay? So this deters a lot of people from scamming and, corruption. And that's the number one thing that's ailing Kenya. So this whole debate, people who say that, I don't know what. No, I am for it. To some extent. I am for it. This should be done, especially among the political class, because those are the guys who are burdening us with the majority of financial problems that Kenyans are facing. So that should be done. But before I get to that point, before I start exploring deeply in that topic, let's just go through what's going on in Kenya, because there's a lot going on. Of course, there's like the AU thing that's going on. There's Kalonzo who had some stuff. Tuingie kwa politics ya kawaida kabla tujaingia in the actual debate about death penalty. So let me take you through what's going on. I'll start by a video of about the AU process. Our friend Raila Odinga, things look. And Raila Odinga, things seems to be looking up for him. he's making progress in his quest for the AUC position. So let's see how it goes. But let's play this clip and hear what the news had to say about him. Okay. Remember, like the video, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Let me start with that video from KTN. Hi, Goody. I can see you. Karibu sana, karibu sana. All right. Let me play you that clip and let's see what's going on with Raila Odinga, if he's actually going to get this position. Hi, KTN Tueleze, take it over.
All right, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya leader Raila Odinga is inching closer to his Africa Union Commission chairperson position after the Permanent Representatives Committee of the AU struck out the proposal to rotate the chair and deputy chair positions according to gender. The proposal would have locked out the former prime minister from the 2025 race. Already, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, who is also the CS for Foreign and Diaspora Affairs, Musalia Mudavadi, is in Addis Ababa ahead of the crucial meeting tomorrow. KTN's political affairs reporter Emmanuel To with more on this.
The high-level Executive Council meeting, which is expected to be a make-or-break moment for the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya leader Raila Odinga's bid, will start at exactly 10 a.m. The Executive Council, comprised of ministers for foreign affairs from the AU member states, is expected to make a decision that will ostensibly clear any hurdles for Odinga.
How are you? Yes. At least I've said hello to some.
The Prime Cabinet Secretary, who is also in charge of the Foreign and Diaspora Affairs portfolio, Musalia Mudavadi, will represent Kenya in the meeting. The Prime CS is already in Addis Ababa, and on Thursday he held a meeting with Kenya's ambassador to Ethiopia. The 22nd extraordinary session of the Executive Council will consider the draft report on the preparation for the election of senior leadership of the African Union Commission in February 2025. Sources in the meeting intimated to KTN News that the Permanent Representatives Committee, PRC, agreed to shelve the gender proposal, which had recommended that only female candidates should be cleared for the chairperson and deputy chairperson role. Any PRC decision must also be ratified by the Executive Council on Friday. Another key win for the former Prime Minister is a proposal to have the chairperson position reserved for an East African state. The Northern Africa region is understandably set to nominate candidates for deputy chairperson, with the other regions filling the 6 commissioner posts. If adopted, the proposals will narrow down the race within the East African region, amid assurances by President William Ruto that the region is solidly behind Raila.
We have consulted as heads of state from the East African community together, and we have agreed to sponsor one candidate as East Africans.
Odinga, who has been to Rwanda and Uganda, seems to have received the nod of the East African region, but he has to deal with a threat from Somalia's former Foreign Affairs Minister, Fauzia Yusuf Adam, who also hails from the Eastern Africa. Odinga has also been to Namibia, where he met several presidents from South Africa and DRC, among other states, in his quest to succeed Musa Faki as the next chairperson.
Be successful must get two-thirds physically, first round or second round. If you don't get two-thirds, then you're not elected. So I have to dialogue with virtually all leadership of the continent.
And as the African Union Executive Council meets tomorrow, the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya leader Raila Odinga will now be waiting with bated breath to know his next course of action and the decision that will be a make or break moment for the 2025 elections. Emmanuel To, KTN News, Nairobi.
Okay, so it seems that that idea of choosing a woman this time has been shelved. I mean, they're not saying that a woman cannot run because we have a woman candidate from Somalia who will also be vying, but it seems like Raila Odinga has most of the leaders on the eastern part of the continent behind him. But again, that's not guaranteed, because just because they give you an assurance that doesn't mean that it does not mean that they guarantee to vote for you. Yes, as Goodyear is telling us here, let's see what Goodyear is telling us. After all, Raila didn't need to show his degrees, huh? He will go through with the help of Rwanda president. Did what's his name? The Rwandese president approve him? I know he went and met him, but I don't know if they, you can more than likely. Yes, I can see here like there's a clip of the Rwandese president Kagame. What I'm trying to say is it's one thing for these presidents to tell you, hey, we are going to vote for you. It's another thing when it's really time to vote, which is somewhere around November or something, a few days before that, a few months before the February, where they actually vote. So a lot can change between now and then, because the Somalian lady will also have to make rounds through Africa and argue her case, make a case to the leaders of the Eastern region and Africa in general, to see if she can win some favor. And being a woman, you wonder why a lot of the most successful salespeople are usually women, because people tend to trust women more than men. It might be different because culturally, Africa, it's a patriarchal system, so maybe that might be something else. But I still believe that it's not a done deal as people might make it. It's good news for Raila Odinga so far because he has the word of Kagame. But these are politicians. You never know what might happen between now and then. Kenya might not have great diplomatic relationship with Rwanda in this next 3 or 4 months or 5 months down the line, with all this nonsense about importation and exportation. Museveni might start quarreling with Kenya about Migingo. So Migingo Island, you never know. There's so much that can happen between now and then. So I won't be all, regarding the degree, which Goody has highlighted here. It's very interesting because Faki, the guy who is the current AUC person, I think he has like a PhD or master. Yeah, PhD, I think. I watch his video. It's in their website, the AAU website, and they write down what they have to go through. Apparently, they have to do a computer questionnaire that they have to answer. Then they'll have an interview that they'll have to be interviewed. It will be a televised interview, by the way, where Raila Odinga will answer questions, and but some people argue that some of it is rigged. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. But yeah, Kagame, I think, had something to say about this. Let's just listen in a little bit about from Kagame. I think he had something to say about this. So far, so good. So far, looking good for Raila Odinga. But again, you can't guarantee this. It's way too early for this, for people to call it. I know people get excited and all that stuff, but you never know. Let's see. All right.
Prime Minister come to see you, asking for your vote, I hope, for the AUC chair.
Yes, he did that. Raila Odinga was here the other day, and the delegation were telling me the intention to stand for the African Union Commission chair. I respect Raila Odinga. I know his struggles. And it was actually one time, this was around the same time I was the African Union chair, 2018. He has been representing the commission and on the infrastructure for the continent. He did a good job of that. He has full grasp of it. So I, in the end, it's no secret. I told him Rwanda will support him. We will give him our support. And wish him well. And when he's there, not only support to be there, but even when he's there, we'll give him support. So for Africa to succeed.
When I was accepted to SU,
Okay. So Kagame seems locked in on the vote. Good news for Raila Odinga again. So he's working his way down south. What's the name? Was it Walter Sisulu's wife or daughter? Also, vocalize her support for Raila Odinga. I know Raila Odinga has he has his connection. I think he has businesses in South Africa, and he has connections to is it Jacob Zuma? What's his name? Is it Jacob Zuma or the other guy? What's his name? Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa, actually, it's Ramaphosa. That's he does have some friends on the ANC side, so that might help. Yeah, so looking good so far. But again, I won't say that it's a done deal. I would not say it's a done deal because, again, we don't know the other presidents. We don't know how many votes they've actually been guaranteed. For example, the candidates from the West. No, sorry. I know the. Sorry. Actually, you know what? Raila is on the way because this time it's the AU thing. AUC chairperson will be coming from the East. Okay. And so far, it's her and who else? Good here. You will be paying because I told you will be AU, but it's not guaranteed yet. It's not guaranteed. Let's wait and see. We still have a year. We basically have like what, 10 months to 11 months from now. We have a long way to go, but the bet is still on. The bet is on. But yeah, Raila Odinga, so far so good. We'll wait and see. It's a wait and see thing. I can't call it right now, just because the news. Anyway, what else is happening? Kalonzo, our friend, let me play another clip. We're still talking about this NADCO thing. I'll get to the matter. The matter today is about death penalty. I'll get to it. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. Don't worry. We'll be talking about this. There's a guy who was talking about this issue, and also, again, just to reiterate, there are some people who are still confused on the Twitter sphere. Even I saw Professor Ogi Oguda saying that Raila shouldn't trust Ruto in the votes. This deal has been struck. Ruto will support Raila to get the AUC chair. In return, that will guarantee Ruto's victory in 2027. Okay, that's just the arrangement, because I know some people from the ODM or Raila fans, to be honest, fanatics in that matter, still think that Raila will come back, after his tenure as the AUC, he'll come back and run against Ruto in 2027. No. The deal is Ruto will help Raila get the AU seat. And yes, Raila cannot get that chair without the support of Ruto. He cannot. He needs all the help from Ruto, okay? So, and the deal is, once he gets that chair, he cannot run against Ruto in 2027, which guarantees Ruto 2027 victory. Unless somebody from outside the political class comes in and really gives Ruto a run for his money. But we know the corruption. It's a done deal. 2027, Ruto's going 10 years. Like that's just it. Unless there's a revolution, somebody comes up and really, riles up the people against this administration, and something like that happens. But as for now, no, it's a done deal. Raila, if he gets that AUC, Amanda. What else did I want to talk about? Now, let's go to this issue real quick that I wanted to talk about today. The death penalty. I won't be here for long today. It's Friday, and I have to make some rounds today. Really have some things in my calendar, not calendar, but in my schedule that I have to do. So, unfortunately, I'll be brief. But anyway, let's get to it. Yesterday, there are a couple of people, lawyers to be exact, who are speaking against this whole death penalty thing after Joey was sentenced. Notably was Makau Mutua and Makau Mutua and Miguna Miguna, who talked about how, this whole mambo ya kuchinja watu is not really something that we should stick by. It's unconstitutional and all that. In my view, let me just play it. Let me just read it so we can take it from there. Oh my goodness, if I can only find it. I want to find that. All right, here it is. I see it. Let me read it for you and let me put it on the screen so you guys can read it so we can actually see what's going on and we can have context on the issue. All right, here it is. Are you guys ready? All right, here's Miguna Miguna's tweets from, I think it was yesterday or something. All right, so this was after Joseph Kuria's Irungu, alias Joey. He said, "I don't like Joseph Kuria Irungu, alias Joey. I believe that he is a cold-blooded murderer, a barbarian who should be severely punished for his crimes. However, I oppose the death penalty. A human being, including a judge, shouldn't have the power to order the killing of anyone. It also violates the Constitution, which banned the death penalty." Okay. I'm a little confused. My confusion comes in as to how can the judge order a death penalty if it's unconstitutional? What are you talking? I'm trying to read. Sorry, guys. Goodia is saying, "Don't keep running away. Run the shows, please. Don't run towards no shows like the other channels." I'm not quite sure what you mean there. I don't keep running away from the shows. Please don't run towards no shows. What do you mean? Can you explain that more, Goodia? Don't get you. Kind of help me. Explain more. Expound on that. Me running away from the shows, running to other shows. I'm confused a little bit. Explain to me, please. But yeah, like I said, Miguna Miguna is saying that regardless of how Joey was a murderer and stuff, the death penalty is unconstitutional, and no man, including no judge, can order a death of somebody. So I was wondering, what was it? What made the judge come to a conclusion that Joey deserved the death penalty? If it's not constitutional, if that's the case, then I guess Joey will appeal and he will survive. Again, Goody, I'm waiting for your response. I didn't get the last comment. Don't keep running away. Run the shows, please. Don't run towards no shows like the other. Huh? Run the shows? I'm confused a little bit. I'm confused. Help me. I'm really curious about that. That's the comment. Yeah. Makau Mutua also. Let me find him here. Makau Mutua, Professor Makau Mutua, also echoed the same sentiments about Joey Irungu over the death penalty. So here it is. Yeah, he wrote something. Okay. Yeah. Here it is. Death penalty, whatever. Can you guys see the screen? Crap. I'm looking for it. I want to get the actual post. All right. Here it is what he said. I will read Makau Mutua's stuff. What he said about you will end up no show soon like the other. What do you mean no show? Why should I? I think just to digress a little bit to address Goodyear. People who don't show up, like those other shows, for example, there's another show that they ideologically they were restricted to like a certain, actually they were not ideologically even principled, they were mostly a fanatical base for a certain candidate, Raila Odinga. So when he lost, they still had hopes that Raila Odinga will become somehow the president and they'll overthrow the government and Ruto will step down, the Sava will be open. That was their shtick. Okay? And they were not tolerant. Okay? They would not let anyone, get off the rails as far as what the agenda was. The agenda was mainly Baba is the god and Baba will become president. Baba is working on something so he can deliver Kenya. Baba is going to help Kenyans. He will become the president. So when Raila decided to work with Ruto and now he's working on his way to go to AU, half of the fan base were like, you know what, forget this. This they were so disappointed that they don't even have content anymore. Like there's nothing to talk about because their whole shtick was Baba this, Baba that, Baba. Here, I don't have okay, I don't say that I'm not ideologically constrained. Okay, I'm pretty flexible. I talk about anything. I give my feelings, how I feel about an issue. Okay, I might be polarizing depending on how my stand is, but I'm not, a fanatic. I'm not a Ruto fan. I'm not a Raila fan. I think they're all colonial stooges, and I make it very clear every day here. If there's a politician who does something positive, yes, I big them up, call them out, give them, their flowers. But for the most part, I call out the bull crap that happens in Kenya. So I don't think, I don't know. I'll be here for a while. I'm not going to stop. This is it's my passion. I do it for fun. I don't get money out of it. I don't want money from people. Don't send me money, okay? Don't send money here. Do not. We don't take money. We don't ask for money. We just share ideas. I just share my thoughts. And anyone who wants to jump in on my live, they're welcome to say whatever they want. So it's a passion for me. It's not something. That's why I think that's the difference between me and those other channels. I'm not saying all the channels. There's some channels which they're pretty fine, but that one in particular, you don't have an agenda. Your agenda should be, I'm out for the truth. I'm seeking truth. Okay. So that's why Goody, I'll always be here. Even some days, if I miss like a week or something, I'll probably upload something about a topic because there's always something. Kenya is a Hollywood. There's always something happening. So, but anyway, let me read this one real quick. So it's Friday. I'll try to be brief. There was nothing happening in Kenya as far as like huge news. It's the normal crap with Kalonzo Musyoka and his con game. Makau Mutua says the death penalty has no place in any modern society. It's jurisprudentially inconsistent with the logic, values, and legal philosophy that undergird Kenya's 2010 constitution. No court should never impose such an irreversible penalty on any offender in Kenya, no matter the heinousness of the crime or how despicable and depraved the felon. Degrees of savagery, depravity, and heartlessness do not vacate the moral, practical, and philosophical indefensibility of the death penalty and its finality. nor does the death penalty bring back the victim or deter future killers. It's vengeful, primitive, and callous, and without redemption or any single benefit to society. An eye for an eye makes the entire society blind. Yeah, it sounds poetic, but the larger point I was making is this. Thank you, Guria, for telling me to keep it up. I'll try as much. Today I'm low energy. My coffee is not kicking in yet, and I'm supposed to be like going somewhere in a few. But let me just finish with this. I see why people say, okay, death penalty is kind of backwards, whatever the case is. I usually argue this, like I said by this. If you look at Singapore and China, the fastest growing economies in the past 30 years, okay? We heard about the, what do you call it? The tiger, is it the tiger nations? What they call it? You know, the Asian nations, how they came up economically and became world power, superpowers. Especially China is the example. You know, these society were not, they didn't play around when it came to corruption, you know, and they had to have like really drastic measures when it comes to public finance. That's the number one thing that's ailing us in Kenya. We take up gazillions of loans, most of them illegally, then we can't really account for the money. But you see these ministers and PSS and CSS and whatever you want to call them have new mansions, new cars, and we don't audit where the money goes. Okay, and nobody's talking about this. Nobody talks about the debt. Nobody talks about the legality or illegality of the nature of how we acquire them or how we use them. So there's no accountability. You know, people, I mean, Uhuru Kenyatta has a driveway in his freaking house, okay? While people are living in squalid living conditions in Kibera and other places. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, you know, there's evidence, more than enough evidence that these past ministers, current, and a lot of this, most of this, majority of this political class, members of the political class, elite political class in Kenya, are involved in corruption. And it has been normalized. It's like a culture. And the only way to bring in a culture of accountability is to have a really drastic measure which will shock the system. And death penalty is what needs to be done. People should stand on the rule of law. Okay, you bring in death penalty and you'll see how people will straighten up quick. Yes, when we bring the ban, especially against these heinous crimes and economic crimes. As far as economic crimes, we'll give these thieves that stole public funds, we'll give them time to return the money. We'll give them time. We shall audit them, see how they acquired this money. And if they're found guilty, they'll be given time to return the money, time for restitution. And if they don't, that's where we put them to sleep permanently. I guarantee you, within 30 years, Kenya can become a superpower nation, a first world nation, as they call it. I usually find it offensive. I take offense when people say this is a third world fight. Yes. Yeah. I don't think it's, you know, as much as we call it eye for an eye, I don't think it's eye for an eye. I call it justice. You know, if somebody stole something from the public, if we are to hold them accountable for it, that's not eye for an eye. We're simply, you know, I don't think that is, you know, if you know something, if you ever heard of Murdoch, is it Murdoch? Is it Murdoch? No, what's that billionaire guy who stole a lot of investors' money in the United States? Is it Madoff? Madoff, yes, Madoff. Bernie Madoff, I think. Bernie Madoff, that's his name. I think John Grisham wrote a book about that, you know, where somebody scammed a bunch of investors and it was calculated. He knew once he get caught, he got like 20 years, okay? but he already stashed the money somewhere else safely. Right. It's the polite version. So it's a scam. So people who in the Wall Street world, okay, there are people who they calculate this, okay? They scam these investors and they know that they'll get maybe 20 years. They go do their time. After 20 years, they're out of jail. They say, hey, I've paid my debt to the society, and they go back to their millions that they stole and live comfortably ever after. Okay? So, no, I'm not for that. For the people who have really dragged Kenya into poverty by stealing public funds, especially knowing that there are people in Samburu and Turkana and other places that are dying of hunger, can't even have clean drinking water, dying of diseases that are avoidable. These are the people that should be put to death penalty. That's why, to me, public funds is something sacred, that anyone that is found guilty of stealing such funds should be put to death. Should be put to death. Look at the crimes against economic crimes in the Middle East. See how often it is. Go look in Dubai, Saudi Arabia. You can leave your car open even in Dubai. You can go drive a Bentley and leave it open in the streets for 1 week with your wallet and everything. You can come back and still find it. Go ask the minister. I don't think he even knows what it means to be, what stealing is. They don't know. They can't even spell it. You have to embed that culture of people being accountable, responsible, upright, and respecting public funds, public resources. You have to embed it. And the only way to do so in such a corrupt system is to inject something as drastic, something that will shock the system, and that's death penalty. You become the president and you make an example of one person. Unaenda unachukua Matiang'i, unamnyonga hapo, and you tell Uhuru Kenyatta you have 30 days to return the money that you stole. Unaambia Michuki, Sam Ongeri, Raila Odinga, Ruto, all of them. You tell them, hey, I'm giving you guys 30 days to return the money that you've stole historically, and we are going to renew an audit for 6 months. Goody is telling me, by the way, a friend of yours nearly chewed my head because I said the guy deserves capital punishment because he was not remorseful. Ay. If you're talking about Joey, I don't know which my friend I don't know which my friend you're talking about, but if you're talking about the case of Joey, Joey took up a case for somebody. I went through this. Most Kenyans were not thinking about the victim's family, but feel sorry for the Joey's family. Exactly. That's why I say I don't, with Joey's case, I don't feel, it's tragic on both ends, okay? A family lost a daughter, and of course, Joey's family is going to lose a son, okay? So it's tragic either way. But what I'm saying is this. Joey, I think he had a chance to get out of it, because it seems like he's taking a case. He didn't do the actual murder. He took that case for somebody else. And that's interesting because, in fact, let me show you. Now that you've mentioned it, there's actually something very interesting that I saw about Joey's case. Because somebody was arguing that Joey, since he's connected to the higher powers up somewhere, okay, he might not actually be killed. He might, they might fake his death. Just like Tom Boyer, the person Remember the person who shot Tom Mboya? He shot some Tom Mboya, but then years later, months later, people met that same person, the so-called killer, in the streets, walking in Nairobi comfortably. So since Joey took up a case for a very powerful individual, we went through this. We're not scared of mentioning the name. The so-called killer was Uhuru Kenyatta's nephew, okay? And Joey took up for him. But that's why you see Joey is quiet. He cannot say, because probably, they promised him some millions, and, I don't think he's going to be killed. I do not think he's going to be killed. If the Constitution does not allow death penalty, this thing will be appealed. And I made a video about this. Yes. Go look at my videos. I made a video about this. There's an article that was written in Nairobi when this happened about someone who testified the whole thing. A friend of Joey testified because Joey called his friend and told him, hey, listen, Mo is something, Muhoho Kenyatta or something, whatever this name is, called Joey and told him, hey, listen, come help me get rid of this body, some type of shit, So he told his friend, Joey told this friend, and this friend went and made a statement to the police. Na hiyo story ilipotea hivyo. Anyway, so Joey was telling his friend, listen, I have to go help Mo, that Kenyatta's whatever nephew, to help, clean up, move somebody or whatever the case is. It seems like he stabbed somebody. He stabbed the chick, so it kind of, maybe it was one of those cases where the chick wasn't feeling Kenyatta's nephew. It's called, let me see. It has this, I forgot the name of it, but it has the picture of Joey and the girl. And I think I wrote it, the political implications of Joey and whatever. If you go to my video, you'll see it. The thumbnail has Joey's face and his girlfriend at the time, Maribe or whatever the case is. Yeah, I actually showed the article that was, because people were posting on Twitter, the article that was written, it was 3 years ago, 2018 or 2019 when that happened. And yeah, even there's a tweet. Let me show you a tweet real quick. There's a tweet which somebody, okay, let me show you this, guys. Let me show you this real quick. Let me show you this one really quick. Okay, let me show you this quick. So Joey is taking up for somebody like Uhuru Kenyatta's whatever, relative, nephew, whatever, niece, nephew. Okay, so here it is. Somebody, this is not the article, but this is something different. This is something, yeah, the government critic wrote this. The story of Joey Irungu has made me reminisce something back in 1969. The killer of Tom Mboya was spotted roaming around 3 months after being sentenced to death and hanged. So that's what I'm saying, because this guy, the government critic, whatever, he understands that Joey is connected to Mo, who is Kenyatta's nephew, who actually allegedly did the killing, but Joey was covering for him. Okay, that's why Joey has been quiet. And actually, the people who follow this case closely are saying there's enough evidence that can exonerate Joey from this murder case. Like there's so much, but he's the fall guy. He agreed to it. He probably took some money and was like, listen, I'll take the case. And the Kenyatas being a powerful family, they're probably like, okay, listen, just take the case. We'll get you out of this. We'll fake this hang thing. They'll hang you or whatever. Alafu utapotea, get a new ID, change your name, move somewhere. So that's probably what's going to happen. Probably may happen, okay? But yeah, there's somebody who wrote something. Here it is. But okay, so here's another one. You see there in the screen, ladies and gentlemen, if you can see it. All right, the same guy wrote, the government critic said, the DNA found on the straps used to tie Monica Kimani, hands at the neck and throat, were not Joey's, but of unknown people. The judge told us that it's only Joey that walked into her house pretending as Heron. Who were the guys? Did Joey Irungu walk into an already set up scene? See what I'm saying? Again, if you go watch my old video, there's an article that was written where Joey was telling his friend who went and made that statement to the police, saying that Joey called him, telling him that, hey, Mo is in a fix. It seems like he stabbed some chick. He stabbed a chick to death. So I have to go help him clean up or some shit like that. So, and you hear that government critic again. I will read it for you. The government critic is writing, the DNA found on the straps used to tie Monica Kimani hands at the neck and throat were not Joey's. They were not Joey's, but of two unknown people. The judge told us that it's only Joey that walked into her house pretending as Heron. Who were the guys? Did Joey Irungu walk into an already set up scene? Again, these are people who follow the case and saying Joey is not. See, there's a guy called Edgar who brought up this tweet. It's an interesting tweet. And whoever wrote this tweet also removed the tweet on erased the tweet from their page. Of course, because the Kenyatas are powerful in Kenya. So if you kind of shed light on their shit, they'll probably come for you. So for their safety, they try to erase that tweet. But the internet never forgets. So anyway, Edgar wrote this and highlighted that tweet. Edgar Wabwire wrote, CEO Dida, the brand urges Joey Irungu to speak the truth on the real killers of Monica Kimani. An Insta story that was later deleted. The wind has started blowing and the anus of the ostrich is about to be exposed. So here is the Twitter that he's talking about that was urging Joey to actually tell on the real killers. Okay, so here it is. It says, FM, like F-man, if you ever get a chance to see this, how much did it cost for you to carry someone's cross to your grave? Sorry, let me reread it again. He say, F-man, if you ever get a chance to see this, how much did it cost for you to carry someone's cross to your grave? They promised you they will get you out. F bro, confess the truth, man. You can reply this, okay? So there's the tweet. Let me enlarge it so you can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it. See that? Is it better now? So this is what his friend was saying. And it was being posted to Joey, okay? So basically everybody knows that Joey was not, again, he says, F-man, if you ever get a chance to see this, how much did it cost for you to carry someone cross to your grave? They promise you they will get you out. F bro, confess the truth, man. You can reapply this sentence. Please tell the world the truth. You know who did it. Don't take this to the grave with you. So somebody's urging Joey, hey, listen, come up and tell the truth. We know you didn't do it, basically. That's what they're saying. So it's, if you want to connect the dots, it's clear as day. Somebody else was up to this. This is not Joey. Joey was not the murderer. He probably got involved in the cleanup job. As I say, go watch my old video. I forgot the title of it. But the thumbnail has a picture of Joey and I think Maribe. And I break it down. I highlight I talk about the article that was written in, it's a Nairobi rag or whatever, that details Joey's friend mentioning that he had a call from Joey at 3 a.m., asking for some stuff for a car or whatever. And Joey made it clear that, hey, Mo, who is Kenyatta's nephew, seems like he had stabbed somebody, the girl. So he was heading up to Mo, who is his friend, to help him clean up the body or some shit. So, and Maribe knew about this too. Maribe was just covering for Joey, but she probably knew what was going on. So, and you saw the tweet there. It says, "Hey, this guy probably know that Joey was not involved in this, and he was took up for more." So everybody understands that Joey was taking up this case for somebody. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies and comrades, it's been 50 minutes. I didn't know I was going to be this long. I would like to thank Goodyear for showing up. I just had to end it here. It's Friday. I have to go take care of some stuff. Thank you so much for like the video if you haven't liked it, and if you're watching this for the first time and you haven't subscribed, subscribe immediately. Okay, and like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys later. Happy Friday or Furahi Day. Enjoy your weekend. I might be here, I might not. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers, sisters, friends, and comrades, this is Kenyan Revolutionary. Until next time, again, subscribe, share, comment. And thank you very much, Goodyear. Thank you for showing your support. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful weekend, and peace and blessings. Peace.